In this video, I'm going to share a powerful question with you that might be the single most useful question for any entrepreneur who's trying to grow a business. I've built, scaled, and exited multiple seven-figure companies and earned millions of dollars along the way. And I use this simple question as the basis for my decisions. So what is it? It's really simple. The question is, where is the constraint? If I want one of my businesses to grow faster, I ask that question. Where is the constraint? If I'm launching a new business and it's struggling to get traction, I ask, where is the constraint? If I own an existing business and it starts to plateau, I ask, where is the constraint? So why is this question so useful? Because it clarifies everything and it shows you exactly what to focus on next so that the thing you work on actually moves the needle. When a business stalls, founders often overthink the solution. They get complex. It's about more content, more systems, more hustle. But in reality, it's really simple. Growth is always limited by a single constraint, and that constraint only ever lives in one of three places. If there isn't enough demand entering your business, nothing else matters. You need leads. The first and most obvious constraint that can hold a business back is lead flow. If not enough people are discovering you or your offer or your expertise, then your growth is capped, no matter how good everything else is. Better sales calls won't help, better delivery of your product or service won't help. When leads are the constraint, nothing else you optimize will fix the business. It won't grow. Here's three common examples of this that I see with my coaching clients. Firstly, you rely too much on referrals or word of mouth. This can make sales feel kind of random. Some months are great, some months are a ghost town. There's no predictable, reliable inflow of new leads. Another example is that there's inconsistency in the frequency of your marketing. Maybe you post content inconsistently, or you run ads inconsistently. Maybe your ads fatigue or something. So there's bursts of energy, but no momentum. There's no system feeding reliable and predictable new leads into your world each week. And the third example is you're just not visible enough. You don't have enough reach or market penetration. Your audience isn't big enough. The world just doesn't know about you yet. So if your constraint is leads, you only have one job: increase qualified demand. You need more high quality leads. Don't waste precious time working on anything else but this. If you can't turn your leads into paying customers, your business can't grow. So the second constraint in business growth is sales, or more accurately, sales conversion. This is where demand exists. You've got leads, but that demand isn't effectively being turned into sales. You have a sales funnel problem. Some classic examples of this are that people book calls with you, but they don't buy, or you get lots of people to your sales page, but they don't actually click buy. Maybe your messaging is unclear or the value of the offer isn't clear enough. Another example of a sales funnel problem is that you're getting lots of engagement, so likes, comments, DMs, but that doesn't turn into revenue. So your content is building attention, but that's not converting into actual sales revenue. And there could be several reasons for this. Maybe your offer is weak, it might be underpriced, poorly structured, or it just doesn't solve a painful enough problem. The interesting thing here is, in these scenarios, entrepreneurs often think, I need more leads, but they don't. They have a sales conversion problem. What they need is better positioning. They need clearer messaging, a stronger offer. They need a stronger sales funnel. If you want some help figuring all of this out, download the free business constraint diagnostic. It's a simple tool that takes 5 minutes and tells you exactly what to fix. The link is in the video description, or you can scan the QR code on the screen or head to boldfreedom.com/diagnostic. If you don't have the capability to deliver your product or service at an increased scale, then your business is guaranteed to plateau. And this is the sneaky one, because when delivery is the constraint, selling more makes things worse. Here's a few examples of this that I see with my own coaching clients. So the first example is when everything depends on you. Every decision, every call, the business collapses if you step away. This is very common for early stage entrepreneurs who are still learning how to do this the right way. Another example of delivery being your business constraint is when your customers are getting inconsistent results. Some might do well, some might struggle. There's no structured delivery system that creates consistent outcomes for your customers. This is almost always a symptom of a delivery constraint. And the final example of this feels pretty awful. I think most entrepreneurs have been there. It's when you're feeling overwhelmed, burned out, or feeling resentful towards your business. The business technically works, but in reality, the whole thing is actually quite fragile and exhausting for you as the owner. In this situation, calm growth can only arrive if you remove yourself as the bottleneck and systemize fulfillment, which often just means automating and delegating delivery, although in some cases you might need to simplify your offer to make that possible. And that's fine. If it leads to calm business growth, that's a great outcome. So we've covered the three possible constraints: lead flow, sales conversion, delivery problems. But there's a sneaky fourth possible constraint to the business growth, and that's that you misdiagnose the constraint. So this is you thinking, I need more leads, when sales conversion could be much higher with a few simple tweaks. It's you thinking, I need a better offer, when delivery is the main issue. Or you might be focused on, I don't know, improving your operation systems when leads is the real problem. So how do you diagnose the constraint correctly? Here's a really simple checklist you can use. Just 3 questions. Number 1, are enough qualified people entering my world every week? If the answer is no, leads is the constraint. Question 2, of the people who engage with my company, are enough of them becoming customers? If they're not, then sales conversion is the restraint. Now you'll have to do a little bit of work here to find out what enough is for your industry. For context, I've owned multiple businesses. One of them converted at 75%, one converted at 10%, and one converted sort of between 1% and 2% depending on the offer. So there's a huge difference in sales conversion rates depending on what industry you're in and what business model you're using. So you have to do a little bit of work to figure out what's appropriate for your industry. And the third question is, if I doubled sales tomorrow, would delivery break? And if the answer to that is yes, then delivery is the constraint. Remember, only fix one thing at a time, because at any given time, only one of these things is the constraint. So whenever your business feels stuck, there's no need to panic or thrash around for answers, lying awake in bed at night, thinking, what should I do? You just ask, where is the constraint? And focus your energy there. I hope this helps you. It's a really powerful question. If you want help diagnosing and fixing your constraint one-to-one, head to boldfreedom.com. You can learn more about my program, and if you'd like me to coach you. And if you want more tips for entrepreneurs, more thinking like this, sign up for my email newsletter. The link for that is in the video description. If you'd like to see how I plan my year and set my business and personal goals, check out this video where I walk you through a 10-step framework that will help you get clear, get organized, and give you the clarity and structure you need to make progress with your business every day.